All right, so we are live. I am doing a just light stretching um, workout today. I'm a little sick. I have, I think, the flu. For those of you who don't know me, I work in healthcare, and one facility that I go into had a few masks last week, and then I had a patient who, she's such a sweet lady. She's got brain cancer and she's on chemo and radiation, and she had a sore throat. And then I went to see her yesterday, and she was just coughing really bad. I actually had to send her out to the hospital. But so I'm pretty sure I've got whatever she had. Started with a sore throat, and now it's in my lungs. I can't talk very well, so I'm gonna be a little quiet today. But I don't feel that bad. I actually feel okay, but just got a little bit of chest congestion. Probably go pick up some Mucinex today, but I didn't do anything yesterday. Try to get lots of sleep, drinking lots of water. But I don't feel good when I don't move. So this will help me feel good. I did try to go to the gym on, I think it was Sunday. I pushed myself too much, as a lot of us do, right? And I could definitely feel I was just like sweating a lot more than usual. Kind of had chills and that kind of thing. So I didn't do my full workout. I was good. I didn't do like the cardio at the end, but I still did something. Like I said, I just don't feel good if I don't move. So we're gonna do a little light stretching today. Didn't do anything yesterday, gotta do something today. So little light stretching. You're welcome to stretch with me if you'd like. I am going to, let's see, do I have my iPad around for some music, or should we just skip the music? Let's do some music today if I can find where I put the iPad. Well, it might be a no music day then. Let me look. Oh, I know where it is. See, I like to hide stuff from myself. Keeps it exciting. Okay, and we actually have battery. That's good. So we'll get a little music started here, the usual music that I've got here. And if you've watched my workouts before, you know I always start with a warm-up, so I'm just gonna start nice and easy. You're welcome to do this with me if you want today. Not gonna be anything crazy because I am pretty sick. And I apologize for any coughing. So I'm just gonna move nice and easy and slow, get my heart rate up just a little bit. I think when you're sick, you know, you really have to go with how you feel. I've heard people say that they like to sweat it out when they're sick. For me, that doesn't work well if I'm sick. I do have to take it easy. But like I said, at the same time, I also don't feel good if I don't move at all. So just moving nice and slow. Not gonna do anything as intense as I normally would. So just gonna do a few more squat thingies here, just to get my body mildly warmed up, not doing anything crazy. All right, that'll do it. And then we're gonna start at the top, as usual. Warm up my neck. Oh, it does feel good to move. Yes, and the facility I mentioned that patient is at, like I said, there were a few people wearing masks last week. I went there twice last week. There were more the second time. When I went yesterday, everybody was wearing a mask. And then somebody finally told me, oh yeah, there's a lot of flu going around here. And it's, in case you didn't know it, the flu is very bad this year. So I don't recommend getting it. I just hope it doesn't stick around too long. But doing about 10 of these. And I'm gonna tilt my head down to my ear. I'm definitely gonna feel a lot better after I move a little bit today. My biggest thing when I'm sick is not doing too much cardio or intense workout for me. That makes me feel a lot sicker. But like gentle stretching keeping it low impact, just kind of mild. Feels really good. I'm gonna do some circles. So you're welcome to do this with me if you want, or you can just be watching, whatever you want. I'll check the chat in a little bit. Actually, let me just see, make sure everything's going on here. Yes. Okay. So we'll do a couple more here. The other way. Yes, and then the other thing that never helps with your immune system when you're trying not to get sick is when the weather changes. And it's sure been changing a lot here. It's been very cold at night for a couple days, and then it's like in the 80s. Like today, I think it's gonna be like 76 or 78 or something. So for me, change in weather really messes me up. Staying up late on New Year's Eve did not help. All right, shoulder rolls forward. All right, and then we're gonna circle. About 10 circles here. I always like to start at the top, work my way down. And then we're gonna go forward. Oh, that feels so good to stretch. I'm actually really surprised I don't feel worse. And I'm very thankful that I feel okay. It's mostly just this. I don't even have a sore throat so much anymore. It's just like in my chest now. And up and down with the wrists. I've had COVID probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 times at this point. But it's been a long time since I had the flu. I don't miss it. I can tell you that. For me, COVID I always get like this weird headache. That's why I know it's COVID. But the COVID symptoms are always so different. But this is definitely flu. At least it's not a stomach flu. Nothing's worse than throwing up. All right, warming up the wrists. And then we'll go the other way. But yes, when I'm sick, the best things, in my opinion, are lots of sleep and lots of water. That's the key. And I also like to do a lot of tea. Especially if you have a sore throat, the warm tea, warm water is good on your throat. All right, and then let's circle it around. And the other way. All right, little shoulder circles. And other way. Plus, if you're sick and you don't do anything as far as workout wise, it's so much harder to start back up. All right, little stretches side to side. Oh, it feels so good to move. I might even whip out the foam roller today. Anything could happen. I don't really have a plan. We're just kind of flying by the seat of my pants today. Usually I have a workout plan, specific exercises I'm gonna do with my interval training. But today is just kind of find out as you go type workout. My little twist for my back warm up, and then we're gonna go down to the ground. Do one more here. All right, down to the ground, here we go. A little cat-cow action. top. Inhaling as I drop my belly down. And I'm going to do some circles. Two more. Other way. All right, and then I'm going to circle my hips out a little bit here. So I actually have my birthday coming up in a couple weeks, which is exciting. I'm going to take a little weekend trip with a couple of my girlfriends. I have a thing for lighthouses, so we're going to go check out a lighthouse and some other stuff. It'll be fun. Really looking forward to that. And the other side. Ew, you just drooled on the floor. Gross. Look who came to join the stretching party. What's up, puppy? What's up, puppy? You gonna stretch with me? Come on. Oh. I'm gonna start with a little child's pose here. Maybe a couple little sun salutations. Actually, yeah. The whole thing is gonna kind of just be a lot of dynamic stretching. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna walk it forward and lift it up. Nice little hammy stretch. Down to a plank and lower down. Back to a downward dog. And I'm going to cuddle it out. This time I'm going to do a couple leg lifts. About 10 on each side. Here we go. Oh. Really pushing through my hands into my shoulders. And then I'm going to open up my hip and kick my butt. A little hamstring warm up. Do about 5 of those. And I'm going to hold this one. Push back with my hands. And then I'm going to come back to a child's pose. And we'll go through another sun salutation, so downward dog. And I'm going to walk it forward. Flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back to a plank. And we'll lower down. You can always come down to your knees if you need to. And then we're going to push up to a little cobra. Back to downward dog. Leg lifts with the left leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna open up the hip, kick the butt for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little rest in child's pose. Little downward dog now. So we're gonna come to a plank, actually downward dog. We're gonna do some little back rolls. So I'm gonna start rounding my back, and then hips come down, head comes up for a little arch, and then I'm gonna press back with a little arch and do the whole thing again. So I'm gonna round forward and arch, push back. We'll do one more like that, round, and then arch. And now we're gonna reverse it. So we're gonna arch, come forward to a plank, push through the arms, round, and fold back. Come forward with an arch, head up, round, tuck the chin, push back, downward dog. One more like that, arch, and then round, push back. Good, another little child's pose. All right, we're gonna move into a little bit of core exercises. Hi, baby. All right, so we're gonna start with some side planks on the elbow. New song, doggy pet, down to the elbow. You can't do side plank. So onto the elbow. Hold on, Mo wants to give me a kiss. Kissy? All right, that's good. Okay, watch out. So hips up and down. We'll do 5. Actually, we'll do 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. All right, other side. Roll it over. Same thing on the elbow and on the hip. And up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Next up, a few more core exercises. I want a towel on my mat. I'm gonna go grab a towel real quick, and then I'll check the comments. Towel. All right, let's see what you guys have to say for yourselves. What do we got in here? Keenan, hello. Turkey? Are you from Turkey? Okay. All right, here we go. So a couple little core exercises. I'm going to start with a pelvic tilt. So I'm just going to have my hands by my side and then squeeze my abs, tuck my pelvis under and back for 10. That's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to keep that pelvic tilt, so I'm squeezing my abs in, and then I'm going to do little sit-ups, chin tuck for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to put hands behind my head, knees are up, 90 degrees, side to side for 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. then we're gonna do some little knee tuck, butt lift type situation. I'm gonna open my knees, my toes are together, hands are on the ground, and I'm just gonna squeeze my abs and try to get my knees towards my armpits and lift my butt up off the ground for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm going to straighten both legs out, and I'm going to do a single leg toe touch. So hands come up, try to reach for the toes and down. 1. My dog doesn't like it when my feet get close to his cage. Shut up. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Here's 2. Shut up, Mo. Jesus. 3. Stop it. Here's 4. 5. What the hell is that noise? What noise are you making? 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more. 10. All right, a little break. Guess this is turning into a core workout. We're gonna flip over. And do a little back exercise. This is tough to defer. So we're gonna put hands on the ground. And we're just gonna push up a little bit here. My legs are nice and wide, pushing into the ground. So just gentle lifts with the upper back. This is 2. This is 3. 4. 5. So my hands are just here for balance. I'm lifting with my back. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Now I'm going to put my hands a little bit further out. And we're going to give it a push. So doing more with the hands here, more about stretching the back. For 10. 9. Still lifting with the back. 8. Needing a little more help with the hands. From the hands. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And I'm squeezing my butt cheeks pretty hard to protect my back. That was 10, I think. A little break, bend the knees, wiggle it out a little bit. We're going to move into glutes. So for this one, you can just have we'll have our hands down by our side. And you're working on squeezing your butt here so that your knees come up off the ground. Toes are together, knees are wide, and you're trying to get your entire upper thigh up off the ground. For 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, ooh, cramp, 2, 1. All right, so now we're gonna come up to this kind of cobra with straight arm position, and we're gonna try to bend one leg at a time. So that's 1, 2, 3, we'll do 5, 4, up here a little bit with some hip flexor stretches and maybe a little back stretch. I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache now, so I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis under, number one. If you don't tuck your pelvis, you can come really far down. But if you tuck, you're not gonna go as far. It's a better stretch though. So tuck, gently come down. Try to think of lowering your hip towards the ground. Use your breath to relax the muscles. We'll do 2 or 3 deep breaths. Every exhale, see if you can sink a little lower. Good. Then we're going to bring the hands down to the ground and bend and straighten the front leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to switch. So we bring the left leg forward, whatever leg you didn't do. We're going to start, I'm holding onto my pole. You can hold onto the wall or nothing. Tuck your pelvis under and then come down. We'll hold it for about 4 deep breaths. Every exhale, see if you can sink another centimeter. Keep that pelvis tucked the whole time. Make sure your foot in the front is in front of your knee. Give you a little bit more stability. And then we're going to go to our bend and straighten for the hamstring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Definitely feeling it. Normally I wouldn't really be feeling this, but if you've been with me since the beginning, you know that I'm not feeling very well today, so it doesn't take much to get my heart rate up and sweating a little bit. Very easy, gentle stretching workout today. Okay, we're gonna finish with a straddle and some back stretching. So, comfortable straddle. Sit up nice and tall, wiggle it out a little bit. And I like to do these little circles to stretch out my back, so you can put your hands on your thighs. And circle it out, that feels so good. We're gonna do 5 each way. 2, 3, 4, especially if you have back pain or tight back, this feels good. 5, other way. 1, really trying to extend through the top of your head. Get nice range of motion. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then we're gonna walk it out to the middle. I actually like to use a block. You don't have to. This helps me keep my back straight so I can really get more range of motion in my hips here. And we're just gonna stretch it forward nice and easy and hold it for about 5 deep breaths. Normally I like to push myself and try to get my chest to the ground, but seeing as I am sick, I am not pushing myself today, just nice and gentle. And then we'll walk our hands over to one side. You can always use a strap, or if you can reach your feet, you can grab your feet and gently pull. Keep both sit bones on the ground. Okay, and then we're gonna walk it back to the middle. You can use your thingy or nothing. I'm gonna come out a little bit, straighten my back, and then push it forward and hold it. and then come out a little bit, walk your hands over to the other side. If you can grab your foot, that's great. If not, you can use a strap or a towel, whatever you got. About 5 deep breaths here. And back to the middle one more time. And just hold it for 3 deep breaths this time. All right, and then we're gonna bring both legs together, wiggle it out a little bit. I like to move my butt cheeks out of the way, so I'm sitting up on my sit bones. Nice straight back. You can put your palms on the ground and really make your back real long, back of your neck real long. Sit up nice and straight. This is staff pose. And then take a deep breath in. Exhale as you come forward very gently. Walk those hands forward wherever they land comfortably. If you can grab your feet, that's great. You can use your hands to pull your body forward a little bit. Deep breath in, maybe a little, come out of it a little bit, and then exhale and fold forward more. Completely relax. All right, and then we're gonna lay on our backs. Down to the back. I like to bring my knees to my chest and just move around in a circle a little bit. That feels really good on my back. A little back massage, about 5 times. And then the other way. And then I'm gonna grab my toes and straighten my legs. I'm gonna let go and then grab one knee, straighten the other leg down, and hold it here for a couple breaths. Then we're gonna take the opposite hand on the top of that knee. Other hand goes flat on the ground for a little twist. Look over your right shoulder. Gently pull down with the left hand, or whatever hand is on top of your knee. Sometimes I get a nice little satisfying pop in my back. I don't think I'm getting it today, but I definitely feel this in my glute. Sometimes I like to pound it out if it feels tight. I don't care if that looks weird, it feels good. And another little stretch. Don't know I would necessarily do that in the gym. I probably would. And then we'll slowly come out and then switch. So I've got my left knee into my chest, right leg straight. I'm gonna hold it here for a second. Oh, this feels so good. It feels good to move. And then opposite hand on top of the knee. Other hand's on the ground, and I'm gonna look over that shoulder. Gently pull it down. Such a good lower back and glute stretch. All right, and then we're gonna finish it off with a reclined child's pose, I guess. Knees into the chest. Head comes up towards your knees, and you're just gonna hold it for 3 breaths. And then just relax everything out. If you want, you can finish with a little shavasana if that's your thing. Or just a deep breath. Anyways, that was my very gentle core whole body stretch, I guess you could say. I definitely feel a little bit better. Normally this wouldn't be a workout for me. This would just be like a stretching session, but since I'm sick, it definitely felt a little bit more like a workout. All right. Let's see who is here. Service Submissive says fit with Fiore rocks. Thank you for that. Okay, so that's the end. Like I said, I'll be trying to go live on this channel 2 or 3 times a week with workouts. Normally I would have done one yesterday, but like I said, I've been sick, so we're just doing a very gentle one today. Normally I run and swim every week. I don't know if that's happening this week with my chest congestion. Stay healthy because the flu is going around and it is nasty. So stay safe and healthy. Leave a comment. Let me know if you did this stretch workout and let me know what you think. If you'd like to see more like this, definitely let me know. Have a wonderful day.